Welcome to an overview demonstration of the single-source ERP system from DELMIA. The DELMIA solution is built on a single database. From supply chain functions to the shop floor, through quality management and financials, there are no third-party acquisitions, bolt-ons, or integrations between multiple products. This single-source architecture gives DELMIA a cohesive look and feel, making it more efficient and easier to use. Let's go through some of the general functional areas within a manufacturing organization and see how they look in DELMIA. DELMIA includes everything required for manufacturing companies to provide exceptional customer service. We'll look at the customer relationship management, demand management, and inventory availability functionality. When a user logs into DELMIA, they will see their own personalized dashboard. These can be customized to users individually or by role. Dashboards can display a combination of shortcuts to favorite modules, critical reports, business intelligence gauges, and KPIs, or even action items that are awaiting review and approval. When a module is selected, a search engine opens. The columns displayed will be relevant to the module, and a search criteria can be entered for any one of them. This makes it fast and easy to find a specific record. Once a record is selected, the module will open. Since DELMIA was developed without any third-party acquisitions or bolt-ons, the modules maintain a very similar look and feel. Colors are used to indicate varying statuses, and there are always color chips that a user can hover their mouse over to display the significance of a color. Here you see a green line at the bottom of the screen. This lets you know that the line item release has been shipped. With a right-click, you are able to drill into additional detail using the Jump feature. Jumps are a key navigational tool in DELMIA and make it easy for users to see related records within different modules in the system. Each module also has a list of relevant reports. Many of these are available as soon as DELMIA is installed, but custom reports can also be created for more specific business intelligence requirements. Reports can be printed to screen for review, to a paper printer, or attached directly to an email. Each module also has a Document tab, where files can be assigned to records. These can be text-based internal documents, attached files such as PDFs, and drawings, or even an item dragged and dropped from your email. Keeping all of this information in one place makes it easy to find, which saves users time. We are currently viewing a sales order, or a customer PO. As with most modules in DELMIA, generic information appears at the top of the screen and becomes more specific in lower segments. In this case, we have sales order header data up top, line item detail in the middle, and delivery releases at the bottom. This structure allows DELMIA to handle large blanket orders as effectively as it does single delivery items. Orders can be entered manually or automatically imported using DELMIA EDI capabilities. Let's say that a customer service rep has one of their customers on the phone and they're asking when a certain quantity of parts can be delivered. The representative can use the Jump feature to access available inventory, and even a capable-to-promise calculator that will immediately give them an answer, accounting for material availability, lead times, machine capacity, and labor. This is just one example of how a single-source ERP can leverage information to save time. Using the right-click and Jump function, a user can also directly access the customer master record. This stores detail for customers with multiple billing and shipping locations as well as contacts. To access this customer's CRM record, it's just one more right-click jump. You can see how this navigational flexibility can become extremely useful. This is a customer view of DELMIA CRM capabilities. This centralizes all activities with the customer, including calls, meetings, orders, opportunities, and more. Orders are one way that customer demand can be managed, but DELMIA also has forecasting tools for the long term. Like orders, these can be manually edited or imported from customer-provided data electronically. However, forecasts can also be created based on previous sales data. Formulas can be used to provide a rough estimate of projected sales, which will help an organization plan for material requirements, machine capacity, and labor availability. Companies that have implemented DELMIA have increased visibility with CRM data, leading to increased sales revenue. Demand entry can be automated, and even manual entries are simple and efficient, reducing clerical labor. At the same time, customer service representatives have a wealth of information at their fingertips to deliver exceptional customer service. DELMIA Works was born on the shop floor and has expanded from there. Those roots are apparent in DELMIA Works' production planning systems, from industry-specific bills of manufacture and scheduling views to an industry-leading material requirement planning engine. A bill of manufacture in DELMIA Works contains far more than just the materials used. It is a cornerstone record containing all required information to automate production reporting and costing. This information varies depending on the kind of manufacturing operations being performed, so DELMIA Works uses industry-specific manufacturing types. Each of these manufacturing types has specific fields native to the operations being performed. Bills of manufacture contain scheduling and planning data as well. This includes the machines or work centers where the operation can be performed, the tools required, and cycle times. It also includes the labor required. This can include multiple labor types, such as a setup technician, job setter, and an operator. This allows for labor capacity to be scheduled much the same way machine capacity is. Now that the system has demand entered from sales orders and forecast, and the bill of manufacture has specified all requirements for production, the software will automatically create work orders. These work orders can then be placed onto the system schedule. The schedule is filtered by the manufacturing types that we saw in the bill of manufacture module. Let's take a look at the injection schedule. This is a list of jobs that are to be performed on a single machine. Again, you will notice the colors being used to indicate the status of the job. A graphical view can also be accessed to view a Gantt chart-like view of all machines. Once the system knows when these orders are planned to be run, inventory is evaluated to check for material requirements and exceptions. You can see how some of the work order numbers appear in red. This indicates to a scheduler that there is an exception and there is not enough inventory on hand to complete the job. With a right click, we can see which materials we are short on. Another jump brings us to the full requirements list. When an item is selected, detail is provided for materials to be ordered and where the demand for that material is coming from. These line items can then be added to a purchase order with 2 clicks. This screen provides all of the information that a purchasing department will need to make better decisions, saving time and money. DELMIA Works does all of the heavy lifting and planning calculations and provides users with detailed information to make good decisions. This allows companies to reduce their inventory holding costs, moving toward a just-in-time model, while mitigating the risk of material shortages. Material planning is made simple, and work order scheduling is streamlined to optimize shop floor efficiencies. A plan is only as good as its execution, and DELMIA Works empowers companies to keep their fingers on the pulse of their shop floors. By connecting directly to machines and giving operators simple touchscreen interfaces, production information is collected and reported in real time. Inventory is kept up to date as it is used, and material movements are simplified using barcodes. Once finished goods are produced, DELMIA Works leverages all upstream information to automate shipping documentation. DELMIA Works uses machine-mounted hardware to collect cycles from machines. This data, combined with a job currently running on the schedule and the data stored in the bill of manufacture, outputs a real-time view of shop performance. This wealth of information is sorted into multiple views for different users. For example, a production view shows if a machine is running too slow or is down, and will calculate the expected time of completion for that job. A material planning view will notify you when staging for the next job should begin and indicates the required tools and materials. A quality view will output scrap rates and, if they get too high, can notify the appropriate personnel to investigate. Notifications like this can be automated so that as soon as an exception occurs on the floor, an email or text message is sent. This allows for the fastest possible response times to issues. Touchscreen interfaces on the floor allows users to quickly report scrap, view work instructions, input inspection data, categorize machine downtime, and even report production on good parts. With all of this data being collected on the floor, The system can automatically produce shift production reports and backflush materials, keeping inventory values accurate without any lag time. All inventory is organized into user-defined inventory locations. Cost information and lot number follows all material transactions, including movements, backflushing, and shipments. This gives full traceability to what materials go into finished products, as well as where all raw materials are used. Once finished goods are in inventory, pick tickets are used to communicate what needs to be shipped and when. Once created, these direct material handles to specific locations and lot numbers so that a first-in, first-out inventory model can be maintained. Using the warehouse management applications, RF scanners may be used to simply scan the material to allocate it to the shipment. Once completed, information in the system can be leveraged to automate the generation of shipping documents like packing slip, bill of lading, commercial invoice, and certificate of conformance. This is a significant time saver and mitigates the risk of errors in shipments. DELMIA Works also communicates directly with UPS and FedEx to print shipping labels where applicable, and can automatically attach tracking numbers and shipping costs to packages. Having up-to-the-minute accuracy of inventory and production data allows companies to make decisions more quickly, increasing efficiencies on the floor. This point-of-view system for collecting information reduces costs associated with redundant entry from paper-based reporting, as well as reduces scrap and downtime costs. Warehouse management systems utilize barcodes and RF scanners to make material handling and shipping efficient and error-proof. A fully embedded quality suite allows customers to satisfy customer and regulatory requirements while leveraging all of the data from other modules in the software. Records are completely traceable through one enterprise solution rather than between multiple systems. When we open the Document Control module, we are prompted to select one of multiple document libraries. These are user-defined, and we typically see each department in an organization manage its own libraries. The reason for having different libraries is that some documents need more control than others. Within a secure library, there are several control features. Access can be limited to qualified team members, and a checkout procedure is used to edit documents. When the document is checked back in, if it has been edited, it will be routed for approval using a template-based workflow. This ensures that the correct people are notified of the change and provides a system of record for signing off approvals. This template-based workflow function is used throughout the quality suite. Modules are dedicated to quality management functions to ensure that companies can meet all customer and regulatory requirements. Since DELMIA Works is a single database with a built-in quality management system, data can move easily between these modules, making transactions simpler and saving time. Here's an example. Let's say that a customer service representative received a complaint about a shipment of parts. They could open up a support issue item in the CRM module. From there, they could automatically generate a return material authorization, or RMA. Once this has been created for the customer, the packing slip in question can be linked to the RMA, noting which shipment was bad. This would also allow for investigation of the lot number in question and whether or not any other parts have issues. If the customer is going to send the material back, shipping documentation can automatically be generated and emailed to them. Once it's returned, the parts can be received back into inventory, scrapped, or applied to a rework order. Finally, if the customer is going to be credited for the defective parts, a credit memo in accounts receivable can be generated with a single click. You can see how all of this information is made readily available to users and can make their daily responsibilities significantly easier. DELMIA Works also manages inspection data and statistical process control. There are several areas that have inspection records, but most commonly, we see inventory items being inspection. Selecting an item number will open its setup, which acts much like an electronic control sheet. Here, parameters to be inspected can be entered, with upper and lower limits if applicable. These parameters are then sorted into groups. These groups make sure when an inspection is started, the inspector only sees those parameters that need to be checked. An in-process inspection may only test one or two metrics, where a first-piece inspection is more thorough. Images and work instructions can be added to each parameter, providing all of the information that an inspector would require. Once inspections are completed, the data can be utilized by statistical process control calculators to automatically create reports and charts. By bringing controlled copies of documents into an electronic system of record, companies can protect their sensitive information. Access and changes can be easily managed. A fully embedded quality suite leverages information from all parts of the solution to provide timely data for managing exceptions and simplifies compliance for regulatory requirements. Making these transactions easier to manage will lead to a reduced cost of quality while maintaining your brand. No ERP system would be complete without a GAAP-compliant financial package. DELMIA contains a robust accounting and costing system and multiple methods for detailed reporting. General ledger account numbers can have segments defined by users. These segments can then be assigned to indicate various plants, financial entities, currencies, or any custom designator. Once the structure is defined, accounts are organized into types, which will be used for reporting. Once the general ledger accounts are created, they can be assigned to cost elements. Cost elements allow for flexibility in item costing, since an item can have an unlimited number of cost elements assigned. The bill of manufacturer is used to calculate material, labor, and overhead costs for manufactured items. This gives visibility into each component that contributes to an item's standard cost. Once items are costed, the system can be configured to maintain a perpetual valuation of inventory at either standard or actual cost. In accounts receivable, users can automatically generate invoices based on uninvoiced shipments. This mitigates the risk of a shipment falling through the cracks. Once created, the invoices are placed into a pre-post status, where they can be edited if necessary. Once they are ready, they can be posted individually or as a batch. Even after they're posted, as long as no cash has been received against them yet, invoices can be voided, automatically posting and adjusting journal entry. This is indicative of how flexible DELMIA can be. Cash receipts can come from a variety of sources, including checks, credit cards, lockbox, and ACH. DELMIA accepts all of these payment types and makes it easy to apply payments either to customer invoices or as deposits. A balance calculator at the bottom of the window conveniently assures the user that the entry is balanced before trying to post, since out-of-balance transactions are not permitted. In accounts payable, invoices received from vendors can be entered and applied to receipts. The system will ensure that the user has a three-way match between the invoice, PO, and receipt, preventing an imbalanced accrued receipts account. Once payable invoices are posted, there are a variety of methods for posting payment using DELMIA, from printing checks to EFTs and credit cards. You can also work with banks to handle positive pay. Multiple bank accounts can be entered, and a bank reconciliation module automatically populates based on posted cash transactions. This makes it easy to keep track of checks and deposits that clear. There are multiple ways to report on the financial data in DELMIA. An account activity module displays all transactions for a given period. A financial reporting module allows users to print custom reports based on a user-defined list of account types to be included, with headers and totals if desired. There is also a plugin for Microsoft Excel called Spreadsheet Server. This communicates directly with the database and allows users to create financial statements immediately, simply by entering a year and period. Since DELMIA perpetually maintains accounts without using subledgers, pro forma reports can be generated at any time. DELMIA provides a complete toolkit to track and report on a company's financials. Maintaining this data will give clear, accurate information for stakeholders. This is a single-source solution that simplifies accounting transactions, eliminating redundant data entry, mitigating the risk of error, and saving users time.
This comprehensive ERP and MES software package is available in various deployment models,
including SaaS, hosted managed services, and on-premise, which ultimately gives organizations a choice in how they would like to utilize DELMIA. Thank you for taking the time to watch an overview demonstration of DELMIA. We look forward to working with you.